Hey, welcome back, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk Thinking Right. Out here in my lab, the sun's coming up now, so I'm still doing what I do for you. You know how I do it. Let's go. I got part 2 from the lesson I just gave. This is going to be part 2. Strap it in, get ready, let's go. Writers in 25 rules live by storytelling, story with a message and a story for life. I'm giving life lessons. Today I'm giving biblical lessons. Okay, but stay tuned. Let's do what we do. I appreciate you tuning in. Right Thinker's mission, and I'm on it, as you can see, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Knowing something that you didn't know about yourself. I'm going to help you out with that. That's my mission. Right Thinker's way of life through mental, gotta be thinking, right thinking, and spiritual discipline. Hold yourself accountable to your higher self. Will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, and I'm on it for you. Next one is you should be on it for yourself, because I'm gonna give you stuff you need to do what? Know thyself. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is just foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Pay attention. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. That's what I do. Do you know? For you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. Until my yacht be true. Today I got part 2 of the teaching of the Bible, and the teaching today is going to be the sage Amen Mope. Amenemope. He's the sage that has the sayings from ancient Egyptians. I'm going to talk about the teachings of the Bible. Let's go. First one says Proverbs. What's that? 8 and what's that? So I don't know how to read that now, but it says Proverbs. XX 2 ones. I don't know what that 22 or what 18. I don't know, but it's about the teachings of King Solomon. So let's go. He says, incline thine ear and hear my words, and apply thine heart to apprehend. For it is pleasant if thou keep them in thy belly. Don't ask me. That's the biblical concept from King Solomon. He said, teachings of King Solomon, O Israel. Okay, that's his statement. That's what he professed. Okay, watch this. Now, this is the teaching of ancient Egypt, the sage. Okay? Give thine ear and hear what I say, and apply thine heart and apprehend. It is good for thee to what? Place them in thine heart. 1a, it states on the Bible side, it says that they may be fixed like a peg upon thy lips. Okay. The Egyptian concept is let them rest in the casket of the belly, that they rarely act as a peg upon thy tongue. Again, philosophical points of view, you see the similarities there. I'm just pointing out the similarities now to show you ain't nothing new under the sun. The concept didn't just begin with you guys. That's what I'm trying to show you. Let's go. Have I not written for thee 30 sayings of counsels and knowledge, that thou mayest make known truth to him that speaketh? Biblical jargon. Egyptians. Consider these 30 chapters. They delight, they instruct, know how to answer one who speaks, to reply to one who sends a message, so as to direct him on the path of life. Understand that? That thee and that, don't understand that. Okay, again. That's why you have somebody break it down. I can break down my Egyptian concept. I'm not the biblical man, so that's why I have somebody to do that for me. That's why I'm breaking it down to show you. I know this, I don't know that. You didn't profess to, okay? But I'm showing you there's a combination, there's a correlation there. That's what I'm trying to get the point across. My point is to show you correlation. I'm not starting here arguing back and forth, breaking who got right, who did none of that nonsense. They plagiarized, they stole it. I'm just saying, ain't nothing new under the sun. Rob not the poor, for he is poor, neither oppress the lowly in the gate. Biblical. I'm sure my pastor will break that down for me when I get there. I'll bring it back to you because I'm sure gonna, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, here we go. Now, this is what the Egyptians, ancient Egyptian concept says. Beware of robbing the poor, okay? And of oppressing the afflicted. Simple. Don't take from the poor and don't mistreat the less fortunate. It makes real wording different. Half a dozen on this hand, 6 on the other hand. That's my point. Here you go. Biblical. The Bible teachings. Associate not with a passionate man, nor go with a wrathful man, lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to their soul. Biblical. Question that one. Egyptian. Associate not with passionate man, nor approach him for conversation. Leap not into the cleave to such a one that the terror carry thee not away. I get a little bit of understanding. Again, I got that concept. Next one. A man who is skillful in his business shall stand before kings. Biblically. A scribe, sage, who is skillful in his business, finds himself what? Worthy to be what? A courtier. 6 on one hand, half done on the other. I'm skilled in what I do. I got the right to do what I do. Teach and instruct. Okay, you. Next one is, I got one more page after this one, but I got a nice little time, so we should be all right. The teachings of the Bible and the teaching of the sage Hotep, another ancient Egyptian scribe, sage, who taught concepts from ancient Egyptian circa 2300 to 2150 BCE. BCE, before the Common Era, before the Christian era. I'm just saying. So let's go. Teachings of the Bible. This is the Proverbs of the Bible, 3 and 7. Be not wise in thy own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil. Okay. I agree. The teachings of Hotep. Don't be proud of your knowledge. I did a lesson about being humble. With knowledge comes gravitas and attitude, and when it's ego-driven, oh, you're going to have problems. So they let you know, we already knew about the egoistic people who got knowledge and do it the wrong way. It's not in them. Okay, I agree. Next one, Proverbs 27 and 1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Tomorrow ain't guaranteed. So worrying about what you're going to do tomorrow don't mean nothing. Appreciate that concept too. Got it. Egyptians. One plans the morrow, but knows not what will be. You can plan, but you don't know if it's going to ever make it. It ain't promised. We don't know. Okay. 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other. We still working in the same neighborhood. As long as we 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other, we in the same ballpark. We in the NIMS. Homonym, antonyms, synonyms. We saying something different, meaning the same thing. We saying the same thing, meaning something different. So understand that it's all conceptualized, that you can understand. Next one, Proverbs. Debate, Proverbs 25:9. Okay, you keep it track on the screen. Debate thy cause with what? Thy neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another. If you got a problem with somebody, deal with them. I don't go roundabout. No, I'm coming straight to you. If we got a problem, trust me, you and I are going to solve it. That's biblical, and I agree with that concept. Egyptian. If you probe the character of a friend. Don't inquire, but approach him. Deal with him when alone, like a man. I'm just saying, moving along. Proverbs 25:13. As the cold snow in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that send him, for he refresheth the soul of his masters. Being obedient to God, doing what you gotta do. I went to hour and a half away to do what I do for him, so I get that concept with you 100%. Watch this one now. Egyptians, if you're a man of trust, which I am, consider myself, sent by one great man to another, adhere to the nature of him who sent you. Give his message as he said it. When it's downloaded from my higher self, aka God, I give it to you. This is what the preachers do on Sunday. They get the information, download it, they call it from God, okay, put it in their spirit. I ain't no problem with that either. I know about the Akashic records, so I got intuitive knowledge. I sat and used my Akashic knowledge. Same thing. Okay? 6, half dozen. Where we at? Okay. Now, next one. Proverbs 9:9. Give instructions to a wise man, and he will be yet what? Wiser. Iron sharpens iron. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. I do what I do for you, so you can do just that. Increase in your learning about you. Sorry about that. Egyptians, teach the great what is useful to him. You see, I cut through some of the stuff. I said, no, as a teacher, I want to give you meat and potatoes. I'm going to do the fluff. Some of the stuff, just know. I know that. That's why I try to slice and dice it and give you what I think is pertinent. That's why I do what I do for you. Don't get a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need. That's what that's saying. Here we go. Psalms 78:5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a Lord in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to who? Their children. 6, that the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children. Okay. A lot of stuff in Psalm 78:5. Okay. Egyptians, a lot shorter. If any word is carried on, they will not perish in the land. I do my ancestral worship. Why? Because that's how you keep the spirit alive. You keep it going. It's traditional. Same concept. Okay? That's just a little shorter. Oh, Ecclesiastics. Now, as a Mason, I know a little bit about Ecclesiastics. That's one of the things that we study. So I want to see what this is about. I like this. A man to whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor. Okay? So that he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that he desireth, yet God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease. That's ego. You can have everything and you still want more. You still, vanity, okay? I ain't worried about that. Why? When it get done, it get done. But that's not gonna stop you from doing what I'm doing. No vanity, no shame, okay? Let's go. Guard against the vice of what? Greed, grievous sickness without a cure. There is no treatment for this. The ego have to be dealt with, conquered. Why? Because it won't stop. The desire that the ego brings, greed, all those things that the ego brings, you have to discredit them. You have to eradicate them. You have to get them out. That's how you conquer the ego, with those qualities, that hatred, jealousy, gluttony, greed, all those are Satanian aspects of your character that you control. Understand that. Y'all call them gods, I call them aspects of your character. Take your pick. Now, watch this. Ecclesiastes 6:2. We just did, Ecclesiastes 9:17. The words of wise men are heard and quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. I did a lesson about that. It's hard to teach somebody who don't want to be taught. I read in my opening statement, you have those who don't know and don't even know that they don't know. Foolish. Trust me, know that well. If you're a man of worth who sits in his master's counsel, concentrate on excellence, your silence is better than chatter. Gain respect through what? Knowledge. I could care less about you understanding my belief. I want you to respect me for what I know, which is me. That's knowledge of self. Creed, know thyself. Thank you. Next one. Proverbs, excuse me. Okay, I gotta speed it up. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the what? Tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Okay, let's see what the Egyptians say. The wise is known by his wisdom. The great be his good actions, works. His heart matches his tongue. If you say it, you better do it. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, and I do what I teach you. That's right thinking, philosophy. That's ancient Egyptian concepts, teachings of Ptah-hotep. I'm about to wrap it up. Proverbs 23:1. When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, listen to this, consider diligently, what is before thee. Know who you sitting with. Now, that's the biblical concept. Egyptians. If you are one amongst guests at the table of one greater than you, high level, okay, I don't have a problem with that. Take what he gives as if it's set before you. Whatever you offer, never let the gift horse in the mouth. Be gracious and say thank you. Appreciate the offer. When you at a table of, I'm not calling higher ups or whatever, you know how they do. But I'm about to wrap it up. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep going. Excuse me. Okay, now we're gonna wrap this up. The last one is called The Commandments of Jesus and the Teachings of Ancient Egypt. Let's go. Mark 12:28. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? That was a question asked to Jesus. Leave that one blank. Next one is, and Jesus answered him, the first of all commandments, here we go, is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. The Egyptians told you everything's on one. I tell you that all the time. His unity is absolute. Who was that? After every prayer, Amen. Amen. God is one without a second, one without none. He's one by himself. Everything that he creates is under him and emanations of him, extensions from him. Moving on. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. Teachings of ancient Egypt. Thy beauties take possessions of and carry away all hearts, minds, and love for thee. Make all arms to relax. Thy beautiful form make the hands to tremble, and all hearts and minds melt at the sight of thee. This is the praise Masonic called sign of astonishment. The Egyptian called the dua. That's when you praising the Almighty on your knees. You don't prostrate yourself. You put the hands up, you raise it, and you pay respect and homage. That's the way the ancients did it. None of that. Okay, I understand that too. Here we go. Moving right along. I'm about to get almost done. I'm moving a little long, but I hope the message is out there. That's my point, to get the message across to you. Hope you get it. Here we go. In the first letter of John in the Bible, it states that God is love. Agreed. In ancient Egyptian, love is God was so important that God was referred to as beloved one, or love itself. God, Mer. I mer you. That's love in the Egyptian concept, okay? I.e., God is love. Same page, half a dozen, 6, same thing. John, 1 John 4:8. 8 says, he that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. Okay, we got to say now here, beloved, one God. Okay, next one is you got John 4:16. And we have known and believed the love that God hath to us. God is love, and he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God dwelleth in him. 100%. We ain't even gonna counter that. Well, why? We agree 100%. Ain't even 60. No, it's all we all hold one on that deal. Trust me. Some aspects is right on point, so I got a problem with that. That's on my point to show you. There's no debating. And the second is like, namely, this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is no other commandment greater than these. Christian concept. Egyptian: set your goodness before people. Then you are greeted by all. One welcomes one welcomes that what is good. Spirit upon what is bad. Spits upon what is bad. I don't just on that. Guard your tongue from what harmful speech. I tell you all the time, I mean what I say what I mean. I think before I speak. So yeah, I'm going to do just that. Then others will love you. You will find your place in the sanctuary, the house of God. Be kind to the poor, get thee a seat in the sanctuary. Be strong to do the commandment of God. You will share in the offerings of your Lord. I fellowship with like-minded people who serve God. That's why I'm a God-serving man in my way, on my terms. I don't have a problem with nobody how they do that. So understand that. Last one I'm about to wrap up. I appreciate it. I got through this thing. I love it. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Last one, Jesus on the prayer. Matthew 6:6. Be thou, when thou prayest, enter into what? The closet. I personally stay within myself. And when thou hast shut the door, close yourself off, you pray to thy Father who is what? In secret, and thy Father who seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. I'm freaking out because if I'm telling anybody, I'm getting a little misty, I gotta slow it down. Yeah. When you understand how this work, deed, blessings work, you will change. Last one, teaching of the sage of Ani on prayer. Do not raise thy voice in the house of God. He abhors shouting, too much talking. Pray by yourself with a loving heart. I tell you all the time, I'm a prayer warrior, but I don't verbally pray. I pray from the heart. This explains why I do that. Hope you understand that. Now, whosoever word is in secret, he will grant your needs. He will hear your words. He will accept your offerings. So I don't have to verbally express my prayers. I got the heart, mind, coherence, fully capable of understanding of that. The person who don't understand it, you need to check yours. Why? Because I'm on point what I'm saying to you. I just fully understand who God is, what he is in my life, and how I communicate with him. You don't have to hear nothing. You can't bless me. I'm sorry about that. I got to move on. I'm about to wrap this up. Now, ancient Egyptian hymns to Amen in circa 2500 to 1500. It's been 1,000 years in existence. Ancient Egyptian teachings of sage Amenhotep, Mopi, was around since 2300 BCE to 2105. So this concept has been around a long time. That's my point. It didn't just arrive with Jesus. I just compared the two. They 6 on one hand, have done the other. They're synonymous. Why? They're all about serving God, your higher self, whoever you want to call him. But that's my time. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you got the lesson. Oh, I got more.